Hi boys and girls, I'm going to go ahead and show you where you can find your assignment for ELA Lesson 1106. You're going to go to your Language Arts course, and we are looking for Module 11, Making Connections, and 1106, which is called Point of View Off-Broadway. So I'm going to click on the lesson link, and you want to make sure you go through all of the pages of this lesson to get all the content that you need. It's a 9-page lesson. When you get to the 9th page, it's going to be what's your assignment? And it says it's time to show what you know, complete and submit the published copy of your narrative writing essay that you worked on in this lesson. The writing prompt is written below as a reminder. You've got your writing prompt here. Imagine being in New York City and exploring all the city has to offer. Write a story about a character's adventure in New York City. Now, if you remember correctly, when you did lesson 1102, you were required, as part of your assignment, to do a graphic organizer to organize your essay with this same writing prompt. So before we get into what you're doing for 1106, let's just kind of do a recap. So I'm going to go to our weekly announcements. Here you'll see for lesson 1106 for ELA, and you've got a note here. This just tells you at the top to complete and submit your published copy. There's a note here that you did a graphic organizer for this prompt in lesson 1102. You've got your writing prompt here, and then I gave you some notes for the narrative. It says this assignment in this assignment in lesson 1106 is a continuation of what you worked on in 1101 and 1102. You will need to make sure that you've gone through lessons 1101 and 1102 carefully in order to complete the final narrative essay for your assignment in lesson 1106. Here are the important pages that relate to the writing assignment. For lesson 1101, pages 6 through 7 get you started on the essay. Lesson 1102, pages 7 through 8 walk you through the graphic organizer that you were turning in for lesson 1102. So just in case you're behind in your lessons, you want to make sure you do a lesson 1102 before you do lesson 1106. And then with the lesson that you're doing for this week, 1106, it's pages 6 through 7. And that's going to walk you through how to do your final draft of your narrative. And then I have what to include in your essay, what to include in your intro, what to include in your body paragraphs, and what to include in your conclusion. So let's just quickly go look at pages 6 and 7 in lesson 1106 so that you can see what you're doing for your final narrative essay. So I'm going to go to page 6. And with page 6, you're working on editing your rough draft of your narrative essay. So this will walk you through how to edit your paper. And it tells you here, this is your try it where you edit your own essay. And then page 7, this is where you are publishing your essay, which means you're writing your final draft. You've got your writer's publishing checklist. This will walk you through how to write your final essay. And there's even an example here of a published narrative writing exemplar. So that's an example. And then there's a review and reflect section. So what you're doing for 1106 is really you're taking your graphic organizer, you're turning that into a rough draft, you're editing that rough draft, and then you are writing a final copy of your narrative essay. When you're done, you're going to hand in your final narrative essay by going to the next activity tab and clicking on the blue plus button to submit your narrative essay.